Altcoins, BlackRock versus JP Morgan. The fight for XCN begins. This is NC Hammer Crypto. My name's Neil. As always, keeping technical analysis short and sweet here on NC Hammer Crypto. We are similarly just following this upward trend line with Bitcoin's pullback. It kind of pulled back the rest of the market. My last video, it recorded my sound, but it did not upload to YouTube. So here I am doing it again for you guys. And shout out to Woozall again on this video for donating $10 a month for this channel to keep you guys informed. Every donation helps. And I do donate 10% to help save animals. Here in Spain, people do not want to pay like $1,000 to save their animal, so they just want to kill it. And I will be donating 10% to the hospital for saving those animals' lives. With that being said, we're going to jump right into XCN. And the update for XCN is similar to what we had talked about previously. I believe I did have something up here, crypto bubbles, that I brought up in the previous video. If you guys don't know about cryptobubbles.net, it's a pretty cool platform. It just kind of gives you bubbles of the biggest coins that are earning the biggest yield. Like, yeah, if I knew what Soros was, I would have invested $10,000 and, made 25,000%. No one knows really what those are going to be doing. I don't even know what that is. So I don't feel left out when I see something like that. This is a meme coin, I think. But most of the things that are traded on my channel are XRP, which is in the top for the yearly. XDC I brought in. I'm trying to bring more BCH in. What else? HBAR. I talk about HBAR, DOGE, Flare. Pretty much a majority of the coins I talk about are on crypto bubbles, and you can look at it for different days. Just don't freak out when you see a lot of red. Keep it simple. And going back to XCN. Similar formation, just waiting it out. How everybody's waiting with their bags held, just waiting for one move. And that move is going to be when Bitcoin starts this movement upwards. When we can close above this previous high, the rest of the altcoin season is off for the races. Bitcoin is going to have that push up, and everything else, such as XCN, Torn, BNT, they're going to lag behind a little bit, but then Bitcoin's going to start to stabilize, and you're going to start seeing coins like XCN go up 125% in a day, and everything else just go ludicrous. So we are currently down here roughly 10 or 11 cents. The first pullback that's real major, I guess, would be here at 217%. We may get a quick pullback. That's a possibility. However, the next real major pullback is up here at nearly 362. That's where we might see a quick retracement, testing some support down here around 0.034. And you may say, Neil, why do you say that? I'm assuming I drew a line back here in history, this point. So we had a push up right even to around 0.05. This is going in reverse. 0.05 and a major drop down to 0.03. So that's kind of what I expect. We have a pretty big range. If we push up quickly to that 0.05 or 0.049, we could retrace nearly 30% before grabbing a bunch of liquidity, pushing past 0.05, and looking at the bigger picture. We can see if we do a fib from just this 10 cent, keeping in mind this chart does not have the all-time high at 18 cents, we are roughly looking at 618 being 0.06. Are we potentially going to have a lot of sell-off at 0.06? Yes. Looking back in history, we had a major push up, major sell-off. I guess that would be in reverse. So it would be push up, sell off. 618 is very important, and we see that looking in the zoomed out position, it's like about 2 days, a major push up. You could gain a bunch of money by selling off real quick, so everybody does it, and they buy at that previous resistance zone, which is that 0.04, before building again. With that push, there's not a whole bunch of resistance on the way up past that. I guess you see right here around 0.07 a major sell-off, and then it goes up to around 0.10. Where are you guys planning on selling? Let me know. I know a lot of people are going to be dipping out at 4 to 7, maybe 10 cents, but this thing does have the potential to go a lot higher. So if you're holding on to it, keep a small portion of your bag so you still have that entry at 1 cent. You can let it ride until you see it finally peak off and run out of power to continue an upward momentum, then sell the remainder of the bag and gain the additional percentage. But keeping in mind, none of this is financial advice. Could we see a liquidity sweep? Yes, that is a possibility, to have a sell-off real quick, grab a bunch of money, get a bunch of people to sell their bags, and then grab a bunch of money at the same time and push it over this 200 EMA before breaking this red downward trend line. This is the main thing that we need to get over for XCN to actually take off. And as for the BlackRock and JP Morgan thing, I don't know if I said, but I don't know anything about any of that. That's just to get you guys' attention. So if you clicked on it and learned something, great. Like and subscribe. I'm also going to bring in Tornado Cash and BNT real quick. Tornado Cash is up still from our current entry at $7.50. We had another re-entry at 11 because that is a major resistance. We had a pullback, but that 200 EMA is very strong, which pushed us up to around $18, where we had a bunch of sell-offs. I was saying around 15 we were looking for some support. We did not get that. This thin black upward trend line shows that it broke through that and the previous support and just had a continuation downward towards the 200 EMA. However, it did not cross that 200 EMA and is holding support on that. So it's keeping it very close and tight. The CM Guppy is about to get tired of this and start pushing heavier and heavier to the upside. If you have not gotten in on Tornado Cash, you can trade it on MEXC. I always recommend use a VPN if you're in US or somewhere else. By using MEXC, they have the lowest trading fees, lower than Coinbase and a lot of the other exchanges. And if you use the reference link, you get 10 USDT for free, which you can use to buy Tornado Cash, which just a few days ago, you could get half of one. Now you can almost get a full Tornado Cash by using that reference link. Keeping in mind, the all-time high is $459. $11 to $459. If you're not telling your kids about that opportunity that you did that one time, that's the opportunity right there. It's knocking at the door. BNT broke out of this downward channel. Nothing to worry about. It's still got the 200 EMA about to pull it back up into the channel, in my opinion, when Bitcoin starts to move upward. If Bitcoin has a quick pullback, the 618 is all the way down here at 54 cents. So you do have an opportunity to enter there if you have not entered BNT yet. And the all-time high for this is actually $20. So 64 cents to $20 is a very good risk to reward ratio, just like Tornado Cash. And that's it for this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Hopefully this audio records. And good luck. Have fun with it. I will see you guys on the next one.